Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Craven County where 2 people are now facing charges after a house fire over the weekend in Craven County. Now, Dempsey Durham, who's 34 years old, is charged with first-degree arson, injury to real property, and second-degree trespassing. Deputies say they were called to the Jonestown Road home outside of Dover for a domestic dispute and a fire. Now, while firefighters were battling the fire, deputies say a Jacksonville man drove his vehicle around multiple fire department vehicles that were blocking the road and ran over a fire hose that was being used at the time. Brian Carroll, 19 years old, also admitted to drinking alcohol, deputies say, and tried to spit on them. He was charged with malicious conduct by a prisoner, driving over a fire hose, damage to real property, possession of an open container, consuming alcohol underage, and driving while impaired. Deputies say the teenager had a blood alcohol content of 0.11. Carroll was jailed on a $40,000 bond, while Durham's bond was set at $30,000. And now we want to turn to some wild video out of Michigan where a car drove into an airport. Noelle Friel walks us through the video.
Security video from outside DTW shows the moments before a driver in a black Mercedes-Benz crashed into the McNamara terminal. Take a look. Here's the driver in the far left lane. He slows down slightly before taking a sharp right turn, cutting between 2 cars and driving straight through the terminal, taking out the metal bollards outside. Video inside the airport shows the car rip through the glass doors as travelers and employees dart out of the way. Look at how he just barely misses some of the people walking by. From another angle, you can see the driver get out of the car with his hands up as TSA agents slowly surround him. From multiple angles, you can see the damage to the Delta ticket counter. Finally, airport security swarms the man and takes him into custody.
And again, that was Noelle Friel reporting pretty wild stuff there out of Michigan. Again, glad to see that no one was seriously hurt in that incident. Now, we also want to highlight some good news for you. And now we've got your Sunrise Photo Contest winner, and this is an absolute stunner. Beautiful, beautiful picture sent in by Kathy Elwood of Bath of Oceana Pier Sunrise. Stunning picture. Congratulations, Kathy, on not only a fantastic photo being taken, but of course, congratulations on winning the WITN Sunrise Photo Contest. Of course, we encourage everyone to join in the contest. We love seeing the beautiful pictures you guys take. This one, obviously, a gorgeous one, taken again from Kathy in Bath. Absolutely stunning. I could stare at that picture for quite a bit longer, but we've got your weather forecast to talk about. Of course, we've got cloud cover over eastern North Carolina currently. Those clouds are going to be fading away as we head into the weekend. Here's a look at what we've got outside right now. Still snow on the ground in New Bern, central Craven County, showing up with 34-degree air temperatures right now. Feels like 27 when you factor in that northeasterly breeze at 8 miles an hour. It is going to again be a cool, if not cold, weekend. We're not going to be warming up a whole lot from really today. We'll warm up into tomorrow, but then we see our air temperatures come crashing back down again. So it's one of those, plan on kind of seeing a similar temperature profile that we're seeing today repeated over both Saturday and Sunday, albeit with more sunshine over the weekend. That is one of the big differing factors there, is that we're not going to be faced with cloud cover as far as the eye can see, is what we're looking at right now in Greenville. Northerly wind currently blowing at 13 miles an hour, makes 37 feel more like 29. I do want to say hello to Sue Ann Gaskell-Woody. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. As far as snow flurries go, radar still indicating that we have some snow in the atmosphere, potentially coming down across portions of Wayne County, Lenoir, southern Pitt, northern Craven, southern Beaufort, which It's kind of transitioning into northern Beaufort County. Those little snowflakes right now moving over the Pamlico River. If you're watching from Chocowinity or Bath or Washington, take a look outside. See if you see any of those flakes coming down. Now, obviously, with air temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, we're probably not going to be seeing any of that actually stick. But still cool to see fall from the sky. Portia Strickland, no more snow. Not to worry, Portia. Any of the snowflakes we see today will have no impact on road conditions. There's not enough moisture. Air temperatures, as you can see, not cold enough to get anything to stick. So for all intents and purposes, it might as well just be rain. But in this instance, it's coming down as snow, which we'll call it pretty rain. Beautiful rain, silent rain. Not nothing you need to seriously worry about. As far as air temperatures coming up for tomorrow, we are going to be warmer, but compared to where we were yesterday, we are significantly cooler, noticeably so by about 6 to 12 degrees compared to yesterday. A lot of that has to do with the northeasterly wind that's blowing in. Right now, winds are coming in at about 7 to 15 miles an hour, certainly stronger as you get closer to the Outer Banks. We've got a 22-mile-an-hour sustained wind in Beaufort. We've got a 20-mile-an-hour wind in Manteo, 18 in Stumpy Point, 12 in Hatteras, 10 in Swan Quarter. It's breezy, certainly along the coast, but for this afternoon, those winds will gradually relax as the sun sets, anticipating more of a 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze later on this evening. Cloud cover will stick around for the first half of the night. Second half, we see the cloud cover depart. That will give us a very sunny start to your Friday, but clouds will be on the way into the east by Friday afternoon. Portia Strickland. Now bring on spring. Portia, hang on for a sec. Hang on for just a sec. We have got spring-like conditions coming up next week. We're going to talk about it on your 8-day forecast. So just hold those thoughts. You're right on track with where we are going. You're just a little bit early to the party, not to worry. 43 degrees by noon tomorrow after starting the day in the low to mid 20s. Comes with plenty of sunshine for the first half of the day. Second half of the day, I would anticipate more cloud cover. Cloudy conditions over the tail end of your Friday will come with raindrops as well. A lot of those drops will start to fall between 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 p.m. before moving off the coast by 8. And then colder air follows. We're going to have 2 fronts roll through the east on Friday. First one comes in with those rain showers. There you see them rolling through. Not a lot of rain, not a lot, but certainly again seeing maybe a couple tenths of an inch of rain. Not a lot there. And then Saturday morning, you can see some of those clouds sitting up to our north. That's a part of a secondary cold front that's going to keep our air temperatures from getting really back into the 40s over the weekend, likely staying in the upper 30s on both Saturday and Sunday because of that double front push. Let's zoom the picture out a little bit further and you guys can again see what I'm talking about here. Of course, we had the low pressure system yesterday into this morning give us that opportunity for a few snowflakes. We're still hanging on to that opportunity. Obviously, nothing is going to be coming from it. But here's a look at that next cold front coming in. First one passes, and then a second one sweeps in after. So we get kind of a double push of cold air into the east. And with that high pressure system further back towards the west, that's going to increase that northwesterly wind flow, increasing the flow of cold air into the region. So that will knock air temperatures down for the weekend. But here we go, Portia. This is what we're looking forward to. 48 degrees Monday. Not bad. Still below average. 56 on Tuesday. There we go. Mid to upper 50s is where we should be this time of year. So we're at average on Tuesday. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, back into the low 60s with a touch of sunshine. Obviously, not a ton of sunshine, not like what we're going to see over the weekend. But still, sunshine, 60s, slim chance of rain. Not bad for a February forecast considering what we have seen over the past few weeks in terms of winter weather. So overall, again, an 8-day forecast hopefully people are excited about. We got, again, a little bit of a taste of winter again today. We'll have that winter-like temperature profile stick with us over the weekend. But then next week, we get back to essentially normal conditions, at least air temperature-wise, And it gives us a little bit of a hint that, who knows, maybe we will see spring come a little bit earlier than what the snow has been suggesting. I do want to say hello to Shelba Moore. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook, along with Portia and, of course, Sue Ann Gasco. Woody, appreciate you all again for just joining me, making this a little bit more fun, giving me, again, some laughs. But that's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at 2 o'clock. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.